you know those relationships where it just like clicks like that? That's pretty much what happened. Cameron's Camp of Champs and I go way back. I was kind of a shy kid. I didn't really like talk to anyone. So naturally, I think my mom introduced me to her, and she was just so like out there and outgoing and was like, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm good."
So for over 25 years, I directed a camp. It was called Cameron's Camp of Champs. And students came, and it was about a week-long camp. When Shelby came to camp, she was about 5 or 6 years old.
Over the years that I've attended, it's pretty much almost stayed the same. It definitely changed a lot, but definitely not too much because special needs kids sometimes don't cope well with change.
She attended the camp from the time that she was 5 until the camp stopped in 2020 with COVID.
Talk a little bit about your passion for cooking.
It was more baking. It started when I was like watching a YouTube video. She was making these frozen themed cakes. That kind of just inspired me to start baking, and since I love it so much, I wanted to do it for the rest of my life. So naturally I came here because this place is the best of the best. What I've loved most is how attentive the teachers are and how like dedicated they are to your career and your future. And overall, I've just felt very invested in, and I deeply appreciate that.
I remember when I first saw Shelby here. We were at a big event in the Culinary Arts program.
And I was looking around, and I see this redheaded woman.
And I was just walking through, and one of the students came rushing up to me.
I'm like, "You look familiar." I was like,
and started kind of jumping and saying, "Oh my gosh, you're here, you're here." And I said, "Oh my goodness, Shelby, you're here?"
It's overall just wild when I think about it. Like, younger me would have never guessed that I would reunite with the camp director at a university that I would be graduating from. But over the time that I've gone to Camp of Champs, we like grew in our relationship, and we became, I would say, really great friends.
It's just amazing to think of her when I look at some of the pictures of her as a 5-year-old, a tiny little person who's just learning to navigate the world, and to think about how many years ago that was and how far she's come. Just simply amazing to me.
But I wouldn't have it any other way. So